Wa Emreki 8 ni so.
Rabio na me say election no MPP ombelusu. Ababa na me ka anya magina na me dey kan. De me mahu na me kan. De nyame ayi atrame na me kan. MPP belusu election we. Ombelusu poto kra ombelusu. Enya runoff bia ombelusu election no.
Enya runoff kra.
Dabi ombelusu enya runoff. Ombelusu.
Na eye MPP fo bone ana eye Yewuraba omi abone ana ye de be na asie.
Acho say
na ye MPP fo bone ana mistake bi no ma ye ana se flag bearer ne bone.
Enye bone o enye se bia MPP ni bia na obi akoye bone o. But sene ne sebe ebra omo so ba no na obi nya bone. E na omo so bae. Eti enye bone no ma ye but sene kana etie media mehu na maka no. Papa no penu busamia kakra mitimi aka no.
Ayi won so omo
Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk.
I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done. We're going to go and think about ourselves.
All right, I was for 1 hour with Munufi. We did say Ubia hon I say Ishia ache kakra enti monfanche me sometimes no busy we busy a little bit na fede ya de kika and seven no ne mana e boom kakra sa medi any William Munufi amankura channel 1 hour with Munufi say nene da edi kan hwe me channel 1 hour with Munufi na ene seven no do so ye be bobo kika seven ne mana bobo bebre I say a lot of issues happen around the corner around Ghana and seven doors until ebi ye be ka bi album ebi akodi bi matem obi so ye ni matem ebi so obi ye silly obi so obi nye silly obi so ye micro minority ebi si menye micro minority obi si ora eba be chesi mo obi si ora nchesi you know all these kind of things ene niema ye ba be hwe na afide me no nyina ya che enti eno na ye hyase abusafo maame bi efe ne Emefa ekoka assembly ewo parliament na Annor Dompreh antiki asem no lightly Annor Dompreh adwen say maame no ahyeda abedi na tem ewo ono ankasa ne fie na I generate a lot of controversies in and around Ghana your political landscape and then social media commentators na ase bia e kan wasem enti ene ye be kire adwen kakra ewo ho ya be hwese so maame no eye ne yie ana wanye ne yie ana die potin na nke ewo se maame no ehwe na oka bepacho yenti nsema ekoso ewo ho a Annor Dompreh se nani anhyeda anje ho ensem no doso na bi wo ha wanka ne sanso a enye enti ye ba behwe se edie potin pa na asema maame kan ya Annor Dompreh ani anje ho.
Because we are who?
I'm who? Why?
My friend, don't bring yourself.
What do you mean of that?
What do you mean you are taking me on? What does that phrase mean?
You call that micro minority.
But you are micro minority. Doesn't Afenyo himself use that phrase?
Why? Who's there with that?
I don't have time for
Who's there with that?
You think you can bully me here? Hey, Not this silly children and bully me.
You heard the word she used. What called me silly? She called me silly.
Are you a silly child?
No. We will deal with this matter. You called me silly.
I don't have time for you.
Who did not? No. I'm not.
Did I mention your name? Why are you taking a hat on your head? Did I mention your name? You that you were fighting on TV about this your seat, you are coming to select your
please.
Did I mention your name?
You cannot call me
Did
silly.
I mention your name?
We have procedure.
Did I mention your name? You can carry a cross you want to carry.
and 7 doors so now asemo yeah my the margin baba William Cap say I know it's really silly. All right, I don't actually agree in this particular contest, but let's address the issue one after the other. If we are me the margin baba me mom de me ma me enya adwen. That is my honest truth. Me ne enya adwen. But anyway, what we say for mama yenko animu na Annor Dompreh paja asemi di ko pie the floor of the house. Emma honorable Haruna and Idrisu so e be so on so. Me pa chew you follow that particular argument also here.
We need to take this matters in good stride. We are all MPs. What has happened to me today can happen to any of you. A lady I have never met in my life, only later to be told she's called Victoria Emefa Hardcastle, who is the acting chief executive officer for the Petroleum Commission. Speaker, I didn't say a word to her. I didn't provoke her in any way. Suddenly, insults were being hurled at me. Silly, stupid, useless. At a point, I thought they were referring to somebody. I turned. Well, if you doubted, listen to me when I'm done. The video is all over social media. Speaker, I felt abused.
Please address me.
Speaker, with the greatest of respect, I felt very abused. And there I felt, how can a man be killed in his own backyard? Even if there should be any crucifixion, the crucifixion should not be done in my own house. So reasonably, I reached out to the chair of the committee and reported same matter. Members who were present, who heard it, who witnessed it, all came to corroborate my story. I think, Speaker, I want to put this on record, that even though she passed by to render a certain lame apology, it is totally unacceptable. Speaker, I am compelled to resort to this approach. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have done it. And when I came in, I saw my colleague, the Honorable Governance, who I'm very close to, leader of the House. Forgive me, I didn't tell you about this. I related to him that, have I done something wrong to this lady? Why would I be abused to this extent? Why I haven't said anything? I haven't provoked you in any way. So not to belabor the point, I feel my reputation is lowered by these attacks.
And we should not accept that conduct and that insult. Mr. Speaker, let me thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the justified request made by the minority whip of conduct he feels damages his standing and reputation as an elected member of parliament. Mr. Speaker, as I listen to him, we only can appeal to him that we share what the honorable member for Damangu said, that this House must stand united, indeed unanimous, in condemning the conduct and in demanding an apology and a retraction of it.
All right, enti ensemno ebino no. Honorable Annor Dompreh, in fact, the way a man a bully no. Wadwen ho a ontiase because onsia na obabiada onenen kase asem na wo kan kwa no. He did not even refer to Yamame Emefa. And Honorable Haruna Idrisu the bepem so say ampa Maamene needs to come and then render an unqualified apology. When Honorable Annor Dompreh can say at his own backyard, he means he is a member of parliament. And the parliament a now what do you be above vetting kekeno? If this is how you come into abuse Obidia, then I don't even know a human edition was ano. A juma kwakoye. Me mum de maame na anka ni yie. To be honest, sana me ma dwem de maame na anka ni yie one behave very well. And if this is the behavior maame we dey new portfolio de man there, then I'm sorry. I don't know, maybe NDC for I've seen a lot of NDC for say we are in support of her, but for me, wanya that is the honest truth. Me ma dwem de wanya de kura. And I was saying in kasa efa sansem we ho, because the woman was using some words to say you are silly, you are this. No, she went too overboard. That is the truth. She went too overboard, and I didn't expect her to be doing this kind of things. Say you can't say you call the personal life. I remember dreaming when say you know the TV party and you be kuno. A woman's NPP for including Honorable Annor Dompreh a behavior, this kind of behavior, this kind of posture. But I'm telling you, say that is what sent them to opposition. Lucy Kesebia, Omontiasie, arrogance. And they were saying some choice of words, or they were using some choice of words. Tima Munina and Shedan Tio say, that the amount of will behave say. Yeah, rich am I want to me. Yeah, we are born and some no more can behavior no behave. And Magana for no and no man yabi to about tia or more kesiye. Must we sit down for the same thing to happen to NDC? No. If you bra NDC for a bre answer na ye when ya ba. And says ye trans say ye ma obi asheda bakeke abe say party ni and monyo party ni wonyina wanye no baby say parliament danum and na wakwasa kwa attack members of parliament. Look at the choice of words. A woman say mami work with school, we a lawyer, we a there. But another, although William Cap, although you might say that Annor Dompreh was rude, I don't know how he became rude to the person. Merely saying say oh by vetting and say no. The woman did not go there for vetting. She was just accompanying somebody there. Meaning sometimes let's put politics aside and then face the fact. And then those insulting Honorable Haruna Idrisu, I don't even know the context that Omididi Honorable Haruna Idrisu attend, because Honorable Haruna Idrisu is a member of parliament. And if on the floor of parliament, say somebody else, a visitor, a foreigner comes and then insult or attack a member of parliament, they all have to come together and then demand an apology from the woman. A woman, Honorable Annor Dompreh, at a point in time, a cancer phone, His Excellency John Dramani, a whole lot of things. But he did not use those kind of words on the floor of parliament. And I said, oh, you saw it on the floor of parliament. He was there performing his duty as a member of parliament. Please, sometimes, and let's be honest with ourselves. So, you didn't know, I know, so any day. Sano be ebe kachere wa enya. The same way no be ebe kachere me enya me de. Sometimes we need to face the facts and then let people understand. Say situation ne adwuma na mo be ye no ama Ghana no. Eye NDC fo nyina nationwide e de come mubom e to aba kese e ma NDC nya over 6 million votes. Me mom de ma na anya de. Man kan ye kra. An kan ye kra, to be honest. Ma me na kan ye. Me ma dwom de wan kan ye. The way no told the boss Annor Dompreh no, I did not like it. Mr. NDC for we should refrain from this kind of arrogance, this kind of posture. Yeah, sana. NPP, they are very manipulative, but also the opposition on Macron, they will drag you. I say, Obia, Okoto nsuo de neko. Wow, because uko yiri na 1 year ho obetwe akotombi. Enti ense say mo fall into almost set a trap with the NDC as a party for near kotom. Ma many behavior and the mum de wanya de. Na me timi pa de either say His Excellency John Dramani mama ebe tu ma me we for. And I say portfolio no the man no beje finish because minim so okodu ho say ya no kwakoye. Wow ne ma me we be ye adwuma de wawu. I know. So once the sapa de you have a problem. Sometimes we need to put politics aside and then think nationalistic. We need to focus and then think as people in the nation. And that is exactly the same thing that Honorable Haruna Idrisu. I have seen people chastising and then attacking him. Please, address it as a citizen of a nation, not just a member of a political party. We are building a nation. We are building a nation. It is assembly bar. All those initially no because Annor Dompreh. But when I went back and then saw the video and then thought about it, I realized that is the truth. Because that post Shana, Mami Wepa, Kojina Hoko Didi Annor Dompreh there. I don't even understand why she has to do that. Because I don't even know how Annor Dompreh provoked her.
That you take me because we are who?
I'm who? Why?
My friend, don't bring yourself.
What's the meaning of that?
What do you mean you are taking me on? What does that phrase mean?
You call that micro.
But you are micro minority. That's not Afenyo himself use that phrase. Bring yourself. I don't have time for
Who's there with that?
You think you can bully me here? Hey, not this city can come and bully me.
You heard the word you.
How on earth will you go to parliament and then refer to members of parliament as silly? I don't even get the point. I say obi all call now one normal son. I say bibisa. I don't even get the point because say Annor Dompreh provoke you na. I say who say how you na jumam no. And I don't even understand why she has to go there and be calling referring to Annor Dompreh as silly boy and silly and those kind of things. No. Why nya there? Mami Emefa. Wako school unima de unimde. Say pa na de ko ukuno so there. Then I have a problem. Me no nya adwen da. And I don't know, say NDC for you never bomb kura kase mami we ya there. Me as a person, I'm idea. No, that be me nyadwe. Wanyadie. What because that was not on the political campaign platform. And you will be a jumam na wakakotono as a visitor, as a foreigner. And they are not on prepare and call report to speaker. They could have sacked you away from there. That was a total big disgrace and I came also. These kind of things, and we should try to refrain from all this kind of behavior because a woman say obi outside the floor of parliament, obi to be more bufu to the sense that we have a bonus, but I will say who control temper, especially where your bar man can be a better or in a jumum. There will be any one in a jumama, own to mean tata or in a jumum. Yanisa, intima, to be honest, one yard in a year. I don't care. Say you be because say, oh no, why are you saying this? No, but I will say addressing the issue. No, a tempo could deep papa we were on there. To be honest, one yard there, and I didn't expect her to be doing all these kind of things.
Ghana must work more efficiently.
So we must work more efficiently, and working more efficiently, no, a citizens in the don't baby human account. And it's a citizen at omwa there. The attitude they get on M1, the cause of this working again and cause no. I will plead with His Excellency is on side now. On you because and I say on 24. Because so when tier futu are at the problem any baby. That is the truth. On tier futu are at the problem baby NDC no. And we need to address all these kind of things. Kakra asana yapem akoyenim because we are building a nation. All right, Abuja for 1 hour with Munufi no. Na mama yenko yenim yawi Annor Dompreh Mami Emefa. It's a Castle hard. It's a Castle. I don't even know her name because wanyadi. To be honest, we should ignore her. No Uncle Pacho. Send you now. Haruna Idrisu can Uncle Pacho. I think that is what is going to work. Yeah, some.
I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done. We're going to go and think about ourselves.
All right. And there was for oral team and then Sembi Abetuja. Na me pese yem kwane yunkuti enseme boba because e betime do level bi a ya hwene ya e benya mampanyi bi kura ye be kire kogina court. Mampanyi bi e wotwam se ne ensem no e boba no Ghana betime set history ye be de ex-president bi kogina court. E pa che yenti oral team presentation bi e wa ha say.
Yes, that's what Domlevo popularly says when you fight corruption will, yes, and we will see from our history how cases go to court and they take so long, right? Because people are very powerful, they can fight and all that. So it's true that a lot of these guys are not going to just lie down and be defeated easily, right? But it's also true that, especially for those properties that they've not succeeded in totally So let's say the capture, those that they've not succeeded in taking away, they will also not get them. So let's say, for instance, the agric mechanization land, what we've shown. Okay, where are they going to pass to come and build? No, if they are challenging it, so they won't get access to it. They are not going to build.
But what about those that have been taken away already?
So those that have been taken away, a different kettle of fish. So when ORA gets to the implementation stage, we'll see how we collaborate with OSP, IOCO, etc. Then we would, be able to get into retrieving the assets. Because, I mean, some of them, they finish kind of dissipating. So you need a court of law to convict those persons. And then, in the process, some of them can return. Okay? Some of them can return them. So take an example. You see how... okay, I'll just leave it because it's a pending matter. So let's give a hypothetical example. If, let's say, Minister X took our money and then Minister X gave the money to his family members to attend school, and some family members also mismanaged some. So you see that the money is gone far. But if we put Minister X before the law court and we're able to prove that this money you gave to your family and those that your family members have mismanaged are government funds, then Minister X will be facing a jail term. But if Mr. X wants to avoid the jail term, he can do plea bargaining, bring the properties back, etc. Right? So, but definitely there will be accountability. And when we say accountability, I know some people want only the jail term, but it's a broad spectrum, different things. Even talking here, I always mention the Cecilia Adapa example. Even let's leave the Cecilia Adapa example. Let's mention Akufo-Addo's example. So forever, Akufo-Addo and his family, it will be history that Akufo-Addo tried to add $800 million, $800 million, almost $1 billion to the Ameri deal. And Ghanaians caught him. So his name is, destroyed forever. Here is a president who tried to do a deal behind Boakye Jako. You have your Minister for Energy. Then he's supposed to negotiate an Ameri deal. It gets to a point, then you see that, hey, this is an opportunity for me to steal money. So Akufo-Addo takes him out of the leap, and between Akufo-Addo and Gabi and the people out there, 800 million is added. Then we caught him. When we caught him, I was misled by Boakye Jako. Then he tried to sacrifice Boakye Jako.
But is there an issue that you will take up as well?
That one, it depends on further information. The one I'm willing to do is the fumigation one, because Manasseh did a lot of investigation. The fumigation between Akufo-Addo and Zoom Lion, that over 500 million they spent on the fumigation when it was unnecessary.
So you are going to take it up?
Oh, that one, it will go to OSP. Yes.
You are going to OSP?
Yes, corruption.
When will this be?
We are working on it. I've had some preliminary meetings just before, I think that was 29th or 30th of December. Preliminary meetings will be carried on. So the example we are giving is that, so though Akufo-Addo has not been taken to court over the $800 million that he tried to steal in the Ameri deal, his name is gone forever, because who will understand this? Who will? Anytime that
he hasn't gone to court, why do you say he tried to steal?
But he admitted, he says he was misled. I told you that when you are going to court, you, as a prosecutor, you are allowed to say what you think.
That's why I'm asking the question that if he hasn't gone to court yet, how do you say that?
Excellent. Let me repeat. When you are going to court, it's not when the judge
that he was misled.
Yes,
but
he admitted it.
No.
And also number two,
being misled doesn't necessarily mean that he attempted to steal.
Look,
I just think
don't worry. Let's repeat.
So you're saying that it's because you say you are going to take up other matters in court to deal with it. I'm only saying that if you are saying that yes, he was misled, and
no,
the fact that
so.
Yes.
And Boakye Jako says no, he's not the one. He didn't mislead her. It was deliberate.
Precisely.
Boakye Jako is alive.
You earlier indicated that some of the matters will have to go to court. If the matter hasn't gone to court yet, how do you then say that he tried to steal?
Okay. So let me repeat, please. All the matters. Did you say honorable?
No, gentlemen. Let's keep focused. I asked the question.
So I'm saying that, listen, in matters like this, when you have analyzed the facts and then you think that it is stealing, you are allowed. In my opinion, I say it was an attempt to steal. And I told you that even when the case is going to court, the prosecutor writes the charge sheet, they charge you for stealing. So all the people before court, they've been charged. The offenses, you have the various names. They'll say stealing, even when the judge has not yet pronounced. That is our law. So you're allowed to accuse.
So
but if at the end of the day, it turns out that you had no basis, apart from losing the case, that's why our law allows that you, the prosecutor, etc., you can also be taken on for malicious prosecution.
I see.
So that's a remedy. So it's not as if it's just a carte blanche that you can just see Paul Graves and just slap any charges on him. No,
yes,
there is a counter law that if you abuse the law, when it is clear that there is nothing on the CMC and you just add him, like the way Godfred Dame added ACP Agojo and Colonel Gamele to the coup d'etat case.
To flavor it.
Exactly. And Godfred Dame opened his mouth and told me that, oh, Martin, I just added Agojo to make the case strong. And Agojo was standing right behind me and he heard it with his own ears. So that's how come in a case like that, we can do malicious prosecution. Yes, so please, when we sit here, I'm a lawyer. I beg you. I know that if I'm not careful tomorrow, I could also be at the receiving end. So I'm very careful. This 800 million I mentioned, I beg viewers. Ekufuado came and admitted. And then he sought to say that it was Boache Jaku who deceived him. And Boache Jaku says, no, you took me out. It was between you and Gabi. What have I defamed the Ekufuado? I've not gone beyond that. I'm a lawyer. And you think if I was just in the, kind of not wet my sword, you think I would have reached here? At least go to the bar. You will see cases I've done. They've helped Ghana a lot. You see, I hardly talk about myself, but when maybe in occasion like this, maybe I have to remind you a bit.
All right. Enti oral team at the insem atuja actually say. See, I'm here the ex-president because could nsem ni bia amana ko yin nsem bia no because $800 million bia kwabrane de ko to Ameridi so yes so de kwa kwache boache jako no omado so do so ma hu say aban dada no mpanyifo bi ma president the former president kan ho Gabi mo bon mo a whole lot of issues. Almost Cecilia da Pascal no they will revisit it, and then a lot of issues are centered around Cecilia da Pascal. Yeah, they also revisit all these kind of things. Until Ghana be the data and the be juma.
Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk.
All right, so data no, and a lawyer mati pebu, edia tuja no. Obobobo nipa bi mudi, a church an amount of money, a lot of things. Data no, actually se ampa, kwabrani bi, efa kwati kwen so, eji Ghana sika, ede kwaye niya onwan kasa epe. Say in a church mind. And these are some of the things I expect the NDC for say we should come back together and then fight this kind of people. Because president in at the oral team, say oral team no, a force so a pimp, some we say. That is something we need to be doing. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Latte say, my friend Annor Dompreh insult President Mama, stop your nonsense and foolishness over there. Ufui, meanwhile, medase. Why are they? If this is how you understand issues, Annor Dompreh, the President Mama Tem, enti we should also get somebody to come and insult Annor Dompreh. And Odidi Mama Tem no, what was the results in Unyaye? And the NPP to opposition, Ama Lucy and in the history of our nation, being see that. Do you expect NDC to go the same line? That is what I'm talking about. And you have to, don't just look at what you read there. Listen to the wisdom in things what people say. That is what is going to help you, Emmanuel. Listen to the wisdom. Because NPP for Annor Dompreh mo chama wuntu memo abronya mu di sa nkwasi asem no ekeka sa asem arrogantly no ene omo he. That is why I'm talking this way. So we need to don't just be like and onye this in Chime. Mini about no. Menya say what contest to become member of parliament that. So keep quiet and then listen. We are talking wisdom here. NDC position by now. NDC is a over 20 years. But we need to guide ourselves with the rules of the game. Ghana, no, and see the principles any year, Juma. So you cannot walk to parliament and they start to insult members of parliament there. It doesn't work like that. We don't build nations like that. And nipa no this abon na kasa kwa agye ne hotum abaso pacho. Na me nua lamte wow what baby a okay kan kwase asemi. I don't even know why you're talking like this. What I say? Because NPP for behavior we put you up this kind of behavior. Yes, animal we tie this for kasa at say Ghana omodia ene omuti opposition na even getting 80 seats in parliament kwa omo brɛ ansana omanya. Baby a Ghana na yekwadu no. And says a Ghana ni etenase no bi akwakere na onye say Ghana na yakwadu level say so bi beto ba tia wa ehye team on kasa na edu voting day na e no be kire oshege. That is the contest that many Americans are saying we say. I don't even care what Annor Dompreh has said in the past. And that is the reason that led to where he is now. Annor Dompreh bro answer parliament dan botimi ura ho. Obre pass no ura parliament dan because of this in some utterances say no. And this Annor Dompreh na kwota chire akosua nyansa. That is the same way I expect him Emefa to also calm down and then relax because I feel in a party in Aba power. You need 2 months koda. That be Nti Ghana for enya adwen bi say party na aba no patapa na eba bedi. Me I have said it on this particular platform say NDC enya NPP ni bia ye mo no na ohun sa ade na eya. Ehun video bi a ye twe papa ba ko ebobo ne style bi I do support those kind of things because one year omo bia omo hu say eya but we should have a limit ye do we should stop. That is my viewpoint. Me and Neusia Bronya na cow team, Uyinisi from Najekana, 100%. I will agree with you. Ushia Chama would be a family feel contaminate, wouldn't want a gen name in a prosecutor. I do agree with it. Because those people were doing the same thing and we have to do it. But we have to put a limit to it. Until so call parliament, and frame members of parliament say they are silly. It doesn't work like that. I will not support you. Because this is the case. Now member of parliament and I want to call vetting. You are just going there to follow somebody. Let me give you a typical example. When President Mama was president between 2012 and 2016, or Italy, or a current chairman, Johnson Asidun Ketia, echo Italy, or it was Germany rather. When it became evidence, Asidun Ketia no share a jacket. I don't know if it was true or not, but he came to accept Zampane and a year. A dear President Mama Koya Germany also no. Didn't become news, but it was rather I see don't get your jacket now. People perceived to be a mad, that became the topical issue of the day. And in Nema President Mama Koye or a country Munino, and Japadiane Faso Basunyano, nobody was talking about it. That is how a political party say, oh, preco positioner. These are some of the things that Edoko. And I'm speaking from that particular context. So sometimes listen to yourself, take your time, and then listen to things we say. Don't just insult. Yes, what to say, Ubiti baby AD attempting, you also want me to come and then start to insult Annor Dompreh. No, that is not how I do my show. I don't insult people based on hearsay. I insult people based on what I understand. Because wow, can Emmanuel Lauti say, one year or maybe Kebeya ya. Annor Dompreh also need be here in the ya. And that same thing in Ghana for Dodona who said there be NPP for Hamaswa and that is why they were voted to go into opposition. And I will not sit here to watch NDC walk into opposition. To be honest, that is my candid view. You are free to think different. But don't come and say you're free because you don't even know me. So please, don't start to use words you don't even understand. Okay? Emmanuel, I many problems have all different ideas. But coming to say somebody is free, somebody is this, no. It's not that. We need to build a better nation. We need to build a society. Ebemo bi ehun society in enyi. Ghana for kwa abato edu kukurumoti ene koto aba etutia NPP abaya na omoti so no mo ya homaso no. It is a yenso ya power. We shouldn't come and start and repeat the same thing. That is not what NDC stands for. NDC ya power yen quote say into be a one tiase no. Ese o twene ho. Now, if you're putting in better people, say the NDC between your name. That is something we need to do.
Another Jimmy, MPP for Mama Jimmy, what Jimmy Papa will stay in opposition forever. MPP for Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party. You are idiots.
And here, when we say NPP members are idiots, according to Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, but we in NDC shouldn't learn from them. ade a wonu ye ya e man the tough form no you have to learn from that side na won so wasu ya de free ho enti no say obi ti NPP eye di Jimmy say na Kennedy Japan can say he even doesn't know why he belongs to that political party because he see them to be idiots. We are just here Martin mu focus NDC for also idiots. Ti ma amene de wan kan yi kura. Man kan yi kura. Enti abuja for 1 hour with Monofie and me de besi wa ha na nyame adom a chena same time I'll come back and then we do justice to a lot of topics. That is something. And then we discuss about Emefa, Annor Dompreh, Haruna Idrisu, and then me, I do support Haruna Idrisu calling on Emefa to come and render an qualified apology. I do agree with it. ABM Ora Edin Sembi Bar, I wouldn't be surprised to say former president Annor Dompreh Kufuor ebedu ba bi ne ye be frene ko gina court so omre me yin Sembi no. Yeah, William Cap, that's true because I don't even know why I intentionally posted his message there. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, because maybe the Emefa dream, you know, say NDC per se a telecomiano so cha. Near my mistakes in our NPP for year, and we shouldn't come here and then start to repeat the same thing. Because your Kaiser, your president, I can't say, I was say my NPP for any Ghana for you who say NDC is different from NPP. Because now, near Ghana for you, do not can say politicians are the same. His Excellency John Dramani Mama can't say, yeah, my Ghana for who say NPP for and NDC, we are different. NDC is different from NPP. And that is exactly what he meant by that. And he was making reference to the point here, yeah, boy, man for years, and was in treeable. Or maybe because say you be up and be a benya. But him and me first say, when you Germany be we know ko ja unu NDC ni on the floor of parliament, I'm not converting. And say we carry the posture of leader of the party now or more appointment. No, don't go and behave like Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo any appointees. No, that is my idea. That is not how John Mama stand for. When you John Mama or ya ahobrasiye for or kasaboko John Mama kasano to do better mkwana who's a okani nyansa kwan so. Men kasa John Mama so nya politician or a very good politician sometimes utimi kwe amount for utimi kan sem the chira amount for. But eyen kakran ene ye kadeko enti yedu a yebepe ne kabre enti menia no medamase nyame ya adom ochena same time meba na menemo ababesia medin ene William Monofie amankona ebacho channel e 1 hour with Monofie meda obibia ase bye bye.